The Raiders just got an offer no one saw coming, and it could flip the entire NFL defense rankings upside down. Here's the situation. For weeks, rumors swirled about one of the most dominant defensive tackles in football wanting out of his current team. Now those whispers just turned into something real. Vita Vea, the Buccaneers' wrecking ball interior lineman, is reportedly open to leaving Tampa Bay, and Las Vegas is on his short list. Think about that for a second. Would you trade your future first-round pick for a player like this? Vea isn't just good. He's the kind of player who eats double teams for breakfast, collapses pockets, and makes life easier for every single guy on the defensive line around him. Now picture him lined up next to Max Crosby. One coming off the edge, one crushing the middle. That's not just a scary defense, that's a nightmare for opposing offensive coordinators. But here's the twist. This isn't some random front office fantasy. Raiders general manager John Spytek spent years working directly with Vea back in Tampa. He knows exactly what this guy brings to a locker room. And it doesn't stop there. Tom Brady, now a part owner of the Raiders, won a championship alongside Vea and has praised him publicly more than once. When the people running the show already trust the player, deals like this stop being rumors and start becoming real conversations. Still, nothing about this will be simple. Vea is heading into the last year of his deal and will want a monster extension, somewhere in the range of $23 to $25 million a year. Tampa Bay won't just hand him over either. Expect them to demand a strong draft pick, maybe even more. And Vegas won't be the only team knocking. Reports suggest California teams are circling too, which means the Chargers, the Niners, and even the Rams could jump into the bidding war. If the Raiders want this done, they can't afford to wait around. But while all this defensive line drama plays out, the face of the Raiders' defense just addressed his own future, and what he said might catch you off guard. Stick around, because this next part is where things get interesting. Max Crosby has heard every trade rumor imaginable during his career, and this year was no different. Things really heated up when Cowboys owner Jerry Jones hinted he'd hand over serious draft capital for a top-tier pass rusher. Jones never said Crosby's name out loud, but everyone connected the dots instantly. Dallas needs defensive help, and Crosby happens to be from that area. It became the biggest storyline in football media for days. Here's the wild part. Crosby didn't even go searching for this news. He was in the training room rehabbing his knee, and every single screen around him was playing the same debate on repeat. His response was blunt. He said it doesn't change anything for him, and joked that there's no escaping the noise when even his own teammates won't stop talking about it. Now here's something most fans forget. Earlier this year, the Raiders nearly shipped Crosby to Baltimore for 2 first-round picks. That trade was basically done, until concerns about his knee recovery blew the whole thing up. And what did Crosby do the second that deal fell apart? He didn't sulk. He drove straight to the facility before sunrise and personally sat down with ownership, the GM, and the coaching staff. His message was short and simple. He's here, and is ready to work. That's leadership you can't fake. Even after learning his own team was willing to trade him, Crosby chose loyalty over resentment. When asked about the Dallas talk, he even admitted it was flattering to hear analysts say he could carry the Cowboys to a championship. But flattering or not, his mind hasn't moved an inch. Since entering the league in 2019, Crosby has racked up nearly 70 career sacks, and that production means his name will keep popping up in trade talk for years to come. According to him, though, the goal has never changed: win with the Raiders. Now drop this in the comments. Who do Raiders fans trust more to lead this defense long-term, Crosby's loyalty or a splashy trade for a superstar like Vea? Let us know below. While the defense grabs headlines, there's a quieter storyline building on a fence that could end up being the biggest one of the entire season. Brock Bowers is already one of the most talented tight ends in football, but heading into this year, one question is dominating every Raiders conversation. Is this finally the season he's crowned the best tight end in the league? A recent league-wide ranking placed him just behind George Kittle and Trey McBride. Respectable company, sure, but plenty of fans think that gap is about to close fast. Look at the numbers. As a rookie, Bowers led every tight end in football in catches and receiving yards, hauling in over 110 receptions for close to 1,200 yards. He broke a rookie tight end record that had stood since 1961. That's not a good rookie season, that's historic. Then last year, injuries got in the way. A knee issue limited him to about a dozen games, and he never really got to hit that same rhythm again. But this time around, everything is different. He's fully healthy, heading into training camp under new offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak, and ready for a much bigger workload. Here's why that matters so much. The Raiders' passing game still doesn't have a ton of proven weapons. They added one new receiver this offseason, but beyond that, it's mostly the same receiving group from a year ago battling for roster spots. Their rookie running back can catch passes out of the backfield, but he still has to prove he can do it consistently. Add it all up, and there's a clear path for Bowers to become the #1 target in this entire offense. That's a big deal, because Kubiak's offenses have a track record of feeding one primary weapon over and over. If he runs that same system in Vegas, Bowers could see targets coming his way at a rate few tight ends in the league ever experience. More targets mean more catches. More catches mean more yards. And more production means Bowers becomes a legitimate name in the best tight end conversation, not just a rising star. Talent, a clean bill of health, real experience, and now a featured role in a new system. That's about as good a setup as you can ask for. If he stays on the field all season, very few players at his position will be able to keep up with him. So here's where we land. The Raiders might be chasing a defensive superstar in Vita Vea. Their current best defender just doubled down on his commitment to the franchise. And their offense could be building around a tight end who's about to have a monster year. So tell us what you think. If you were running this team, would you push hard for a blockbuster trade to land Vea? Do you believe Crosby stays a Raider for the long haul no matter what teams offer? And does Brock Bowers have what it takes to finish this season as the best tight end in football? Drop your thoughts below, and we'll be back soon with the next update.